The art of naming things, descriptions versus handles. Greetings all. Today, let's chat about naming things in the realm of programming. It might sound like a trivial task, but believe me, it can get pretty deep and impactful on your codebase and project longevity. Let's break this down into 4 key sections as outlined by our esteemed guide. Modes of naming in software engineering. We usually fall into 2 main naming categories: using names to describe or making them up out of thin air. When you name something descriptively in your code, it's like giving it a job title. It tells you what the function does just by reading its name. This can be super helpful for maintaining mental models and reducing cognitive load when working with complex projects. Roman 2. Names as descriptions. This method involves using names that explain or describe what an object, function, variable is supposed to do. It's a common approach because it reduces the need to read documentation. You can often guess how something works from its name alone. But there's also a downside. If your code changes significantly over time, descriptive naming might mislead you about what your function does now compared to when you first wrote it. Roman 3. Names as handles. Sometimes, despite our best efforts, we find ourselves in situations where changing or refactoring complex objects is inevitable. In these cases, using simpler names can actually save us from unnecessary cognitive overhead and confusion down the line. Avoid overly verbose names that might confuse others, or yourself, later on. Keep it simple yet meaningful. Roman 4. In conclusion, naming isn't just about being clever or punny, it's about communicating efficiently with both ourselves and other developers. A good name can save hours of debugging time because it clearly communicates what something does, reducing the likelihood of misunderstandings later on. Remember to choose wisely. That's all for this deep dive into naming things in programming. Keep pondering those names. They might just be more crucial than you think.